It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc and used all of this as an opportunity to terminate my contract.
Look, all that sounds fine and dandy. I have no problem with calling spades spades.
And calling those people, I have no problem calling those people out because you need to be called the fuck out. But until you put some fucking hair on that chest and put a name behind it, what the fuck else can we do, Doc? Alright, we got us a new Omar video. This is Dr. Disrespect has officially lost his mind. For the most part, I watched what Dr. Disrespect had to say, but I also want to bring it here, give my opinions, as well as with Omar and, you know, yeah, man, let's get it.
Dr. Disrespect, more like Dr. Pack his ass up. So in a strange turn of events that literally nobody was asking for, Dr. Disrespect did what all of us thought that he would ultimately do. I know it's a little bit contradictory, but he stepped aside for a minute, thought that we forgot about it, but this minute was so short that it's still fresh on our brains. Dr. Disrespect is back in the light. He's been teasing this return to streaming for a minute now, and the day has come where he finally talks about everything that needs to be said from his perspective of when he was doing that whole Twitch thing.
First, he claims for the last couple years he couldn't talk about it because of the settlement, but then he says that because people have been spreading rumors about it, suddenly he is able to talk about it. And then he admits to the rumors by saying, were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. There were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding the civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges were ever brought against me. Now, the part that confuses me is he goes on to say,
hey, man, I don't give a fuck about the criminal charges shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you were 35, texting a minor. There's no, I don't give a fuck. Everything else is filler bullshit. Everything else in that tweet is filler bullshit. You were 30 plus messaging a minor inappropriately. You said it. Those are your words. Now, in this stream today, like Omar's gonna get to, you deleted that statement and you went on to say that tweet was bait. Let's
say I'm not an effing predator or a PDF file. Are you kidding me? Anyone that knows me effing knows where I stand on those things and those type of people. F that. So the real question is, if he's always been so adamantly against those types of things, then why was he so willing to message inappropriately with a minor? Now, Dr. Disrespect says that he's taking a temporary break from streaming, but that he will be back, but I can confidently say I will not be watching.
Now, with all that being said, on this channel, we had kind of put that situation to rest. The only thing that we needed to see to confirm or deny or put more context behind anything was the literal text messages. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. We really didn't want to hear Dr. Disrespect do any more yapping about the situation because it was pretty cut and dry. So when he's coming out saying that he's gonna make his return to the streaming platform, I had to sit up, I had to give me a little snack because I knew for a fact Dr. Disrespect, the 6'8", handsome college athlete, college degreed athletic male, was gonna be unfiltered like he always is and just start with the text messages, right?
Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers. I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me, right? Unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry.
So they banned you because you're unfiltered and the realest motherfucker in the industry. Oh, and you're 6'8". No, can't forget that. You know.
6'8", gorgeous, athletic, successful, college degree, college athlete, bourbon business, gaming studio, beautiful family. And trust me, we've worked hard for over a decade to improve as a person, a husband and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect.
Oh, he's gonna deflect, isn't he? Yeah. That's what this is gonna be. Now, for whatever reason, maybe due to boredom, I'm gonna give Dr. Disrespect a full-on chance at talking about his
cheating husband. Right, you cheated. You was cheating on your wife anyway, twin. Like, first of all, I can't. Hey, anybody is a cheater, bro. Anything like serious situations, like you don't love your wife enough to not cheat on her, bro. You don't love your wife enough to not cheat on her. I really can't take shit you say verbatim, bro.
Out of the story. Let's hear him out because maybe he can sway our opinions on him being some sort of diddler. I don't know.
See, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know. But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement.
And you know what's crazy? You didn't win. It was settled. The lawsuit was settled. So you didn't win. You didn't come out on top. Y'all just agreed to certain terms. Like, come on, be for real.
Settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, the other side could respond. And again, I respected all the confidential obligations. But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason.
Knowing how black and white the internet is, why are you pleading with a nigga saying, why did you do this? Why did you message that minor inappropriate? Like, he's not the problem here. If anything, shout out to that nigga for finally coming out and saying, should you say something sooner? For sure, but, you know, legal obligations. But painting him to be the problem is insane. Insanity.
Twitch banned me in 2020. I mean, for what? Cody? Why?
And Doc is right here. If it's a legal matter, you're supposed to be able to stay confidential until all things are resolved. But even past that, if everybody agrees to stay confidential, you just shut up. But with that being said, if it's now time for the two-time, the unfiltered champion to speak, let's hear him give his real recollection unfiltered about the situation and not backtrack like he's doing right here.
You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement. Edited, etc. Just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it.
Okay.
And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
So yeah, that's the bullshit that I call bullshit on that, bro. I don't give a fuck who I am, who you are, I'm not admitting guilt and putting myself in a bad light to say I got the one up on somebody. Oh yeah, I knew they were gonna run with this story. That's why. So you purposely said what you said. So you didn't message a minor. It wasn't a minor. That's what you're saying. It wasn't. You didn't message a minor. You didn't. You put minor purposely because you knew they'd run the story. Why would you want them to paint that narrative of you in the first place? That's a stain on your shirt you will never get out of. If you ever get shit like that off of you, you need concrete evidence. So why would you also paint yourself? You see people are painting you out to be this person that you're not, apparently. Why would you even allow them to have more stories to run with? That's stupid. Turn it on.
Would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
Why the fuck would I think that if you said you messaged a minor? You said that. You. Even if she was in a state where at that point 16 or 17 is a legal age of consent, you're 35 with a wife and kid at the time of those messages. You're not 20, you're not 21, you're 35. So maybe it wasn't illegal, but you're still a fucking sick weirdo. that charges wasn't brought up against you. Because if she was apparently 16 or 17, the legal age of consent in her state, they can't bring charges up against you. But that doesn't take away the fact that you're a fucking weirdo. That's weird. That's weird. You're 35.
You didn't. Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban.
What? Nobody thought of that at the time, but if I'm not mistaken, you said that this person was underage.
Yeah.
So why does that even matter? And ultimately, you weren't sexting them, which is cool. You kind of stated that in the first message where that certain things weren't crossed, lines weren't crossed, etc., etc. All that is fine. My problem still is with the vagueness. Come out with the actual messages, Doc. I hate the circular arguments. At the end of the day, if he was willing to protect himself or wanting to really come clean in the light, all he would have to do is produce screenshots or a screen recording of the message thread, which I know he has because this is a legal matter.
It's the legality. They had to pull it up. They had to pull it up in order to go through the legal matters of it. So it's there. It's very much accessible. You can get that shit and prove your innocence. You choosing not to, and when niggas are saying, "Hey, show the messages so we know." What are you? What is this? Second grade? Second grade? Like,
he still shifts blame or even wants to flip it on its whole head and talk about what Twitch is doing wrong in this situation and protecting certain people.
The reality is, they wanted to cut down the doc. Plain and simple. Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned. I've got some examples right here. Example number 1, a streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent. Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his...
Hey, and nigga, at this point, say the fucking names, G. Say the names. Unless you just blowing smoke at this point. Say who the fuck it is, since you really about it. Put it out there. Put it all on the fucking table. I don't want to be a snitch, but Twitch is you're huffing a bunch of nothing. Because if it was real, and these niggas need to go, they need to then say it. Atone for your wrongdoing. Right your wrongs. If you know somebody did something inappropriately or did something fucked up on stream and didn't get banned, say that shit. Be like, I know I was in the wrong. These other streamers are also in the wrong. Twitch is high. Let us know that Twitch is hiding something. If that's the case, really put it on the fucking table. Snitch. It's not like y'all was committing a crime together. These are your best friends. These are also streamers that potentially have an audience. Say who it is. So we can pack their ass up too, man. Hey, do you know 44% of y'all aren't subscribed? Go ahead and hit that button. And also go check out my gaming channel where I upload things like Spider-Man gameplay, Fortnite, Modern Warfare, older games, newer games, anything I can get my hands on, I'll play it. Go check it out. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, man.
His intent to determine whether his contact was a violation of Twitch's policies, ultimately determining it was not a breach of Twitch's policies. Why wasn't I called into a meeting? Why wasn't my intent taken into consideration, champs? Example number 2. Streamer was reported for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing all while live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract. Example number 3. Streamer was reported for a stream involving and telling to send Snapchats of them playing with themselves. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million-dollar contract. It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc and used all of this as an opportunity to terminate my contract.
Look, all that sounds fine and dandy. I have no problem with calling spades spades.
And calling those people, I have no problem calling those people out because you need to be called the fuck out. But until you put some fucking hair on that chest and put a name behind it, what the fuck else can we do, Doc? Put a name on it, bro. Come on, man.
call out the people. If you really want to stick your neck out there and be unfiltered Dr. Disrespect, then go ahead and be disrespectful. Put names on these bullets that you're shooting. But right now, you're talking about nonsense, so keep it on the playground. But also, with all those things being said, this does not absolve you of your own actions.
Exactly.
You talking about 6 other people does not excuse you from what you did. And it's crazy because you still won't let us know what you did.
People want show the message, release the messages, show the messages. What are we in 2nd grade? Huh? The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
Now, this may be the one and only point that Dr. Disrespect has a little bit of validity to it. If what he's saying is true, where they did not interview him, the third party, or anybody, and they also found that there was no sorts of illegal things done, why ban him? And I can give him that. The only issue that still exists, and it's going to be repeated over and over again in this video, is that Dr. Disrespect, we are where we are right here today. People already believe these things about you. They've already let these people who you—
And you've already tweeted about it. Like, there's no going. It came from your Twitter, your account, your copy paste, edited, take out the word, edited, put it back in. This was from you. All of a sudden, nothing ever happened. There was something. There had to be something. Because not only you didn't win, y'all settled. There's got to be a win-win situation on both sides in order for y'all to settle. Because they didn't fully lose the lawsuit. Y'all settled.
You claim are targeting you, pervert their mind, right? So with that being said, sway the people back with hard, concrete evidence. Show the text messages. But you spending a 14 to 15 minute yap session while deflecting blame and talking about other streamers and targeting the ex-Twitch employee, that does nothing for you and how you look in this situation. It doesn't make you look cool. It doesn't make you look right in the light. It doesn't do anything for your name. And I'm tired of these people who've been brought up on these allegations that have a lot of merit to them, not doing their due diligence and just proving these people wrong if they claim that they are wrong. EDP recently came back to the internet in a blaze of glory, talking about how he's been exposed and he apologized and then didn't apologize, and there was so much going on besides the fact of him owning up to what he did. And I get why Dr. Disrespect—
And not once, but twice. Oh, there was no reason for them to pull up to you. We all remember why Gideon pulled up to you while you was at your dialysis. Because you got caught doing it again. You got caught doing it again. You literally messaged another minor.
Respect would do some things like this because he's trying to save face. Honestly, he might still be able to put a career out there in the content creation sphere. But for somebody like EDP to say some dumbass shit like this—
I also feel minors should get in trouble for messaging adults. You feel me?
Like, what purpose does that serve? Let's just get Buddy up off the internet. I think that there is an inherent problem with entertainers in the way that they abuse their power on the internet. There are—
The thing is, you're not messaging these as— I don't even know what the fuck Dr. Disrespect's name is or EDP's name. You're not messaging them as yourself. You're using your online persona that has followers, that has views, that has money, that has clout to message these people. They're not messaging— you're not on an alt. You're not on an alt messaging someone as a different person, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? This is through you as a YouTuber, you as a streamer, you as a content creator. So there's also some form of power there. And then trying to still have that after you've abused it is insane to me. You messaged this person as Dr. Disrespect, and they were probably responded because you were Dr. Disrespect. They kept the conversation going probably because you were Dr. Disrespect. If you would have messaged them as who you were without Dr. Disrespect tied to your name, you probably wouldn't have even gotten the same response.
There are minors that are going to exist with you because that's just the way the internet works. And especially if you make content geared towards them, yeah, they're going to interact with you. But if you can't help yourself as to not interact with those in that fashion, then you shouldn't be on the internet. I have people of all ages, of all demographics reach out to me all the time about my content. Does that mean that I then take control of the situation and do things that are perverse? No, not at all. Doc, we're not trying to hear it. We're not trying to hear it. I don't even know why we're giving these people any sort of platform to talk about this bullshit. Let's shut them the hell up and never talk about it again.
Facts. I can agree wholeheartedly. But shout out Omar W video. I agreed with everything you said, bro. But we gonna see how this plays out, I guess. Yeah.